It was horrible. So we're making fun of her. We're talking about Beowulf taking her from behind at her teacher's desk, and we're laughing it up. And you just casually look to see.
I
What all
turn
the
around
commotion
just
is
to
about.
see what the commotion. Just then, she turns around as well and sees me turn around. So she immediately is just so pissed, and she just takes it all out on me. And I'm still turned around, so I don't even see this coming. But she walks up to my desk and yanks it out from like under my arm and drags it with. I think I'm in the chair. I can't remember. It was but I feel like I was dragged by her all the way up to the front, and she didn't turn me around though.
Yeah.
She faced me to the chalkboard.
chalkboard.
So I got my back to the. So now she's teaching behind me.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm a very, especially at the time, I wasn't a super confident person. I didn't feel like
Right.
I was popular. I didn't.
Right.
It wasn't something I'll just wear this on my sleeve, no big deal.
Yeah.
So this was kind of traumatic for me. Like, well, this is really embarrassing,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I can't let her get that over me. So I had to just play this so cool, knowing that every person in there is staring at me now. I don't like attention. I don't want everyone looking at me.
Right.
Even though I'm on a podcast.
Right.
I didn't want kids noticing me. I would have rather just like slipped right through, you know?
Right. And the best part of it was while me and Brad and Christina were all clowning you, you would like you would be writing something down in a notebook, and you'd be looking at the desk, and then you eventually develop like a neck kink, like because you've been looking down for so long that you would have to stretch your neck and like look directly at the chalkboard. But you did it. You did it in such a way that you pretended like you were thinking, like you would hold the pen to your mouth and stretch out your neck a little bit, and then right back down to the bottom and be like, "Oh my god, I hate this bitch." It was hilarious. It was great.
I did so much drawing in that class.
Right.
Like the doodles I have from that class could be like I could have applied to art school with those doodles. Just like,
Oh yeah.
here's sketches of things that I would like to work on and do.
Yeah. Here's concept art.
Yeah. The detail I could get with just a pen, and that I really worked my technique with the ballpoint pen in that class.
Right. Well, I mean, in our art class, you were getting all the what is it called, where you just make the little dots?
Oh, they called it pen and ink, but
Pen and ink,
we're
yeah.
just stippling.
Well, yeah, you hit the dots, and the closer they come together, like it makes a darker shade.
Yeah.
So, like, your work on that was amazing. Like, your portfolio's got it. You dug up Warrior at Ease for us,
Right.
and it's worse than I ever remembered. I literally thought I took a picture of Bon Jovi and put it on there, but I must have taken that picture and then drawn over it with like crayon.
No. That was your. We had to make these prints, so we actually took pieces of clay paper, which
Oh, that's right.
so the clay was like a
stamp,
like a quarter of an inch thick, and we etched away our drawing so that you were left with this, and then you would swipe it with ink, stamp it, then you would etch away more,
okay.
put a different color down,
Okay.
and you kept layering it, and then you ended up with
what I ended up with.
And your technique of the ink was so bad because when you lifted the stamp, it was supposed to leave a nice coverage of color,
Sure.
and yours is like almost looks like you took a sponge and like like texture like.
And you were absolutely right. Like this scene that goes on in the background, like it's not good. It's like the rape and pillage of the entire community. I'm like, yep, this is what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with this. This looks like nice.
And I love the signature at the top. You title it "Warrior at Ease" in quotes, and then you have your signature, which was BCB
At the time, yeah.
with the heart.
The heart around the C for my girlfriend. That's how fucking corny I
Because
was.
her first name started with a C.
Sure.
And coincidentally, your middle initial was a C.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
therefore, you put the heart around it to...
Well, my girlfriend at the time, we even went as far as to, I believe that we had debit cards. And we would be borrowing each other's debit cards to, like, I don't know, go buy cigarettes or movie tickets or whatever the fuck it was.
Really? You
Yeah.
gave each other access to your bank accounts?
Yeah, I mean, if we were just going to take money out. And we both,
okay.
we both specifically, and there was another thing that we had a code on, and I can't remember it, but my lucky number it's always been 2, and hers was 7. So we thought we'll just make our PIN number 2772. That way my arms are always around you.
Oh,
Isn't that?
oh
isn't
my
that bad?
God.
So yeah, every piece of art I have the C surrounded with a circle because I'm a douche.
Can you believe I mean, when I think back to the high school boyfriend that I was, the love notes,
Oh my God, the love notes,
the stuff you did when you first discovered love, and it meant this person is your life,
right?
And then girlfriends later, you realize, okay, I mean, yeah, it was special. It was a special time in your life,
Sure.
And you'll never forget it because it was the first one,
Right?
but you were so involved. I mean, it's just so funny how you can just you look back on your life and I cringe at the stuff I used to do and say.
I remember one time said girlfriend and I were parked, and an officer came tapping on the door, and we were both naked. So that was fun. I mean, that's like we didn't even like try and find a park that is known for that. Like we found like a park right next to a Kroger,
right,
and just parked there with a light on us, like just on the car, and we left it running because it was cold outside.
It was cold out. You got to keep the heat on.
So then, what's going on in here?
And
what
of
do you
course,
think?
you steam up.
Oh yeah,
you steam up, and the inside is all fogged.
Yeah, because you're nervous as hell.
Yeah,
I mean, not only are you breathing heavy, but you're nervous as hell because you don't know what you're doing. So, but yeah, the way that it went from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend, you're right. I mean, it's like everyone is different. My mom does not remember the Maggie, and I tried to like bring her back to like maybe visualizing her. I even showed her a picture of her, and she couldn't remember.
You mean she can't remember one of your girlfriends?
Yeah, and I mean, I dated Maggie for what, 2 years?
I don't know.
It was a while.
Was it off and on though, or?
Well, no, it was always on, but
Okay.
she just exercised the right to cheat on me whenever she wanted.
Yeah.
So so I tried telling her, I was like, Mom, it's the girl, with the slide. Oh, Maggie. I was like, and that made me. I played that song on repeat so many nights. I don't know if I played Slide or Iris on repeat and fell asleep in bed when we had the apartment.
Which one you did more often?
Which one I did more often? Which one you came home from work and I'm just in bed and it's blaring?
Oh man, I can't believe the decibel level that you fell asleep to.
It's the only way that I could get out.
You would have a song on repeat, and it would just be so loud. I'd come home and your door's closed and your music's on. So I'm like, well, guy's hanging out, so I'm just gonna leave him alone.
Right.
After a half hour of the same song going on and on, I'm like, all right, I gotta.
This is enough.
It's like knock, 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 and of course the door's locked. And it's like bang, 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 bang. You're not getting up.
Well, I don't know why I went through those phases though, where I've just listened to one song on repeat. But
yeah, when you're young, you can do things over and over. Look at kids in movies.
Yeah,
I want to watch this movie. Oh, we just watched that 5 times this week.
Right.
And the older you get, the less repetitive. Because like now, I'll see a movie and I'll be like, man, I love that movie, but I'm not going to buy it because I'll never watch it again.
Right.
As much as I want to.
Now, there was another story that I want to get to before we go to break, and then we will be right back. But speaking of being younger and being able to do multiple things,
was this multiple orgasms that we were going?
No, the first time that, or maybe not the first time, but one of the few times, or one of the first times that you would you'd come over and spend the night. You'd spend most of the night watching me play Resident Evil and just be bored out of your fucking mind. But you're going to stay because we had to get to Suffolk the next morning, the bank, so we can cash our checks and go blow it on CDs and alcohol. But that next morning, when I was digging through, I was trying to get Joe's. I hadn't made breakfast for Joe, as gay as that sounds, but like I was trying to sift through my freezer to find how much bacon I needed.
This is the first time I ever spent the night at your house.
Was it the first? Okay.
Yeah, so we just became friends.
Okay.
And of course, when you meet a new friend, it's like spend the night. We'll stay up all night. We'll do stuff, music,
rock and roll.
Yeah.
So
we're pretty young.
All nights on the phones with our girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
Like laying in bed. All right, baby,
Yeah.
hang up.
Yeah. So we get up, we go downstairs, and
Sure.
your mom, it was kind of your mom had already done breakfast for the family, and you and I were kind of on our own,
Right.
which is fine. We're old enough to
Right.
take care of ourselves, and yeah, you've got this gigantic freezer that's like, it stands as tall as a fridge, and you've got the door open, and you're kind of like, you're in the freezer, and I just see you from the side, and you're in there, and you're like, bacon, where's the bacon? Mom, where's the bacon? There's just a piece of bacon in I can't, and then you're like, hey, Joe, how much bacon do you like, 1 or 2? And I was like, well, 2, I guess. Can I have like 4? You're like, 4? I was like, yeah, how many pieces do you eat? You go, pieces? And then you come out of the fridge holding 2-pack. You goes, I'm talking pounds, baby. 1 or 2 pounds? Jesus Christ.
Dude, I used to be able to destroy pounds of bacon.
How many pounds of bacon do you want this morning?
How much pork do you need to wake up? We have bacon flavored coffee brewing right now too. Oh my god! All right, well, we are going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be right back after this. Thank you guys for listening to the Bill and Joe Show.
You're listening to the Bill and Joe Show.
This is a great Kickstarter campaign that's going on. It's called The Uplight. Now, for anybody who agrees with me, and I'm pretty sure the number of people that agree with me is 100%, but waking up to the dreaded alarm sound, it's so annoying. And they've come across like a bunch of research that says that natural light and rhythm with light can wake you up naturally, giving you a better sleep instead of coming out of a deep sleep to the most annoying sound in the world. The uplight will wake you up naturally and very slowly out of your REM sleep. So go to Kickstarter.com and search for The Uplight right now. Guys, our friends over at Rundum Fun Games, they've got 2 games out right now. They've got a game called No, K-N-O-W, and it challenges just exactly what you know or what you don't know is what I found out. And then they also got this great game for like any kind of party. It's called This or That, and it's by Rundum Fun Games, and it basically will ask you a series of questions, some of them very serious, some of them not so serious, and you got to pick one or the other. So you get to know like everybody who's sitting at the table. So if you're a Droid user and it's coming out for the iOS soon, go to the store, search for No, K-N-O-W, or This or That. There is a vintage jewelry and figurines. There's a store. It's ran by Angela Greenfield, and she recently started her booth on Bonanza.com. And that's really cool because Bonanza, like, you can get a booth and you can sell your own stuff. And she's starting it up, and she wants people to go check her stuff out. Just give it a look. Go to Bonanza.com/booths/ideal collectibles and just take a look, if nothing else. Just see what she's got. And if you like something, help her out. She wants to turn her hobby into, a revenue source. So go to Bonanza.com/booths/ideal collectibles. YouTube is a great place that we can all go to, learn about stuff. Well, if there's any gamers out there, and I'm a huge gamer, I enjoy games, you can go to youtube.com/C, the letter C, /GamersTech56. And basically what they do is that for their subscribers and their viewers, you can get free products. They have giveaways, and what they do is they review gaming and technology. It's a perfect place for anybody who's into gaming. So make sure to go to youtube.com and search for GamersTech56. And for anybody who has children or anybody who doesn't and you just want to protect yourself, survival-skills.com is the place that I want you to go check out. You can see that how to survive after a disaster or a crisis, specifically how to treat a person against like an infectious disease. It's a great website that gives you like information on how to survive. Like I of course think of kids. Like I naturally want to protect my kids. but it's also a great website that you can go to find out how to protect yourself. So go check it out. It's a very interesting concept. It's survival-skills.com. All right, this is a cool concept. Daniel.